So while Asura's Wrath might be outstanding, it's not perfect, and Part 2 Rebirth has a few bad sections to it. Is it really bad that I'm thinking of Drake and the 99 Dragons right now? This is the second time that Asura's died, and, well, he's back with the Golden Spider again.
Remember why you are here in the first place. It will spur you on, my boy.
Well, flashback time. Flashback time means punching monkeys. Now we get to fight an elephant. I will mention now that with scale and giant fights like this, or even with Wizen, I find giant fights are better when they are orchestrated and controlled versus fighting like this. Because fighting elephants and another enemy, which we'll see very soon, aren't really that fun, in all honesty. Except when the QTAs actually come into play. Wizen was fun because it knew exactly what it was doing. Jump. And here comes the good face. There we go. Yeah. And whee! Not today.
Control yourself! Now that you have something to protect, why are you so full of rage? Or perhaps that is exactly why.
I really can't be certain if this is the episode that has the longest amount of cutscenes as well.
Mithra, your father has returned. Welcome home, dear.
Thanks.
Baby.
That is what he must protect?
Yes, though you may not understand why.
Imagine August as a baby. Also, I'm trying not to imagine Asura with being super strong, having the capability of just crushing the baby.
Durga.
Brother.
He almost looks scared of her.
Again, crushing the baby.
Doesn't know what to do when she starts crying.
Then he should pacify her.
Him?
Stop. The crying. Stop it!
Yeah, you know, Durga, you should do something about the crying. I don't think Durga ever does anything about the crying. Just lets her cry.
Even one of the 8 guardian generals is no match for his own daughter, is he?
She's so small.
Small like egg.
Do you know what I think? I believe that you only wish the best for our daughter.
If you don't, she will destroy you. Sometimes I find a hard balance between style and substance, especially with Pow cereal over on the left. So now, for the sake of time reference, we are 12,500 years since Mithra's initial kidnapping. Hey, look, it's the same baby. Hello. Also, might look like Mithra, but not. And there are other jokes in other games of certain characters not being given actual names, so they just are called Girl. Here she is officially called Girl in the credits. Well, you're not going anywhere, Missy. See more monkeys, and you get to go on a joyride. Goodbye. Now you get to chase them. I've actually done so poorly at this section as to realize, yeah, you're just looping around in a enclosed space. So yeah, Monkey, you're never actually getting anywhere. I'm just trying to hit you as much as possible. Bonk. Either she's used to this, or she's emotionally numb. Not sure about the baby, though. Yep, that's a... yep. Ah, there's our big boy. Now it's time to play as the girl. No. So, really just gonna say it, turtle fight sucks. All the times you fight the turtle. Because there's more than one. Really, it's more annoying to counter him because you can get him down into this state. As well as if you counter him, you can get him into a double special attack if you really so wish, like this. But you get onto the rear of him and then you have to jump over in order to get to his head. And you only have about 3 seconds in order to make a perfect 2 jumps in order to get to the other side of him. It's annoying. At least we get to punch it good. With some good camera angles. I always love the villagers, especially with the one voice clip. Asura. Asura.
So this is the reason for the unusual mantra concentration.
And so Mr. Segway appears.
Disappointing.
Pretty much what he has. Segway staff. I kind of want to like Calro more, but the fact that they have him aligned with Sloth
I suppose I should collect
really takes away with what they could have done with him. Oh.
What the hell are you doing?
I find that a lot of times the big mistake is actually locking onto the smaller guys because, yeah, big guy Tyson, he can mess you up if you're not paying attention to him. Time for a good flip! Love that flip. So good. Oh, this poor guy. Dunk.
What?
We're only saving the souls of the mortals.
We're only doing what we were programmed. The unfortunate thing is I'm using the Blind Master health gauge, which means you can't see the fury build up. Because I like that sometimes in the game the fury is also tied in with the story. Bye. At least one is spared to tell the tale. I wonder how many times it took in order to perfect the loop
I know how you feel.
in order to make that QTE work. Because you can just leave that there.
You let me handle them.
But Asura, how are you going to get up all the way to the spaceships? Well, the only way I know how, with the power of my fist! And boing! Oh boy.
I'm not the one who started this fire.
No, but it will burn you to ash.
Yep, stare in front of the cannon. Be one of those people. And then kind of the rest of this chapter is fights. If you're wanting more fight-intensive areas in the game, well, this chapter is for you, because it's wave after wave after wave. Oh, but if the smaller guns were not good enough for you, here's a big gun. He's a special big boy because he gets his own platform that we can't reach.
What is this?
Those are the mortal souls that have been harvested into Mantra. And these ships guide them to heaven.
You son of a bitch!
Of all the things to have, it's an elevator battle. Makes me want to actually play Xenoblade Chronicles again. I like that one. Surprise!
Impossible! How could one man destroy my entire fleet? How did you get so powerful?
Well, we can kind of shut him up.
What was... Ah!
Peekaboo.
After the Great Rebirth, no more will need to be sacrificed. Yes, the world will be free from the threat of the Goma, and we shall attain eternal paradise.
I grow tired of hearing about the world!
See that explosion just outside of or inside of orbit, pretty tame. And so, for the second time, he re-enters the atmosphere.
He will not die yet. When he does, it'll be by these hands.
I always kind of wondered if the girl was going to follow August or not. Because it leads into weird things about the next episode, which is it's a big one for this part. Most of these are good portraits, except for Olga, who has the eyes are a little bit much. Getting Calro out of the way, we can now get into the good stuff about part 2. And also some tonal whiplash as well.
Relax, son. Enjoy every moment. You fight.
So I believe Asura does have pants on, but August doesn't.
You fight, then sleep with beautiful women. Hell, fight with beautiful women. That is what it means to live.
So fun fact, these two ladies, they're demigods as well. They're known for being deadly. Who knew? So yes, we're going from crushing an old man in his escape pod to the hot spring scene of an anime. If there's anything I would love to know from the development is how the heck did they get to here? With wacky hijinks ensuing as well. I have so many questions. Like, where's the girl in all this? Or where is girl? Because she must have followed August in order to get here. Is she just, like, chilling in the back? This game is rated T and we want to make sure it stays T. Can these guys not? Like, I mean... Especially when you just killed him. Look, he goes and disappears. He's dead. Completely. Hey dude, what's up? God, how do you go and just kind of go, yeah, we're gonna make a section that is completely different from everything else. It's one of a kind, really. Because I will say, like, this first half of episode 10, great. The second half, awful. There we go. Perfect. Good picture right there. Good bumper. Good bumpers. Good introduction of a character, though. Like, I'm not a fan of the flashbacks, but that's how you introduce a rhino. Yeah, only 2 episodes later, and we're fighting another turtle. It's not really that great. Like, this game is outstanding at all, but its really low points are stagnant, I think, is the worst thing about him. Oh, at least I pulled that one off. It's satisfying when you at least are able to do that.
Leave this to your master, Asura. I have not yet had my fill. You never taught me how to stop my fists.
Stupid excuse in order to fight more, but yeah, there you go. And I don't think he ever learned how.
Now then. Let's settle this.
Hey, here we go. We got some fighting over in the corner. Maybe an Easter egg on the bottom right. Look who's sitting on that leaf. 'Cause then we get the real Easter egg. Just on the bottom. Hi, Emmy. Good to see ya. And then a feline. Just for good measure. So, episode 5 was your first taste to see whether or not this game was for you. If you decided to stick around, episode 11
This will do.
is pretty much the deciding factor of whether or not this game is really for you.
Now that I think of it, the last time we fought like this, you were still my pupil.
Listen to that music.
You were wild, unfocused.
It's great that the Ninth Symphony is just playing.
I knew that someday you would become the opponent I had been waiting for.
Oh, I'd love to be able to just play this in full, but I know I gotta cut this down somehow.
How would you like to die? Don't make me laugh.
Oh, if I didn't have Blind Master, you would see the Fury bar just go back and forth between the left and the right. This is a big, huge tug of war between punching. There we go.
But none of it excites my blood more than using my blade. Asura forced his hand.
The only other person August has ever drawn his sword against is you, my lord. Is he that powerful?
I like that they're just watching on the sidelines.
Oh, interesting.
It's like no big hurry.
Show me what you're made of! Asura!
And then this. FYI, this becomes important later.
Shut up and die!
Take it.
But all good things must come to an end. You knew this was coming.
Did I? Oh. Oh no.
This is where real men belong. In the fight, I don't
Oh.
Only the strong survive. I taught you that much. That is not for you to decide.
Oh, away we go! Oh no! We're off the moon now. Oh, this is beautiful.
Only one fighter can walk away alive. I'll rip out your blind eyes.
We can count this as another time we're entering the atmosphere. Perfect shot for this game. Right there. So I will mention that this should have had maybe some sort of effect a little bit later on in the game, but not really. Yes, he just put his sword through the entire planet.
Understand, even if I send you to Naraka.
Well, we seem to be back at the same place that we were last time. No arms. After a fantastic fight.
That was one hell of a battle. Walk the path that you must.
So he dies smiling. Smiling wide. Pour one out for August. Now we got a big boy to deal with. Even big boy. Mighty big boy.
I'm borrowing this.
I do like that we at least get some insight into Girl. Now, normally, we would just go straight on to episode 12 after seeing the giant explosion off in the distance. But, now there's the DLC available, which gives us episode 11.5, and what actually happened to cause that great explosion. And you know, based on just that screenshot alone, we're in for an interesting ride. It does tell you a lot about what the animation's gonna look like. The DLC episodes are also all animation based and all QTE based. Because you know, we can't interrupt this at all. I think the problem I have with it is that animation is subjective, and this is a very mixed bag in terms of quality. Because some of it looks really, really good. Others, well, not so much. Might as well just montage through what looks good and what looks really, really not good. how we surf and how gravity works.
Your attacks cannot harm me. Ever.
Asura, save her.
Why'd they make the things on his back three-dimensional? I thought they were supposed to just be markings. Not jut out. Bah. It's like a jump scare. And so Asura melts away. Like a lot of things in this animation. Oh, look at that butch haircut you got there. Eat the energy. Eat it.
Or it could prove useful.
If I were to describe this episode with one word, it would be ambitious. Because when shots work, they work wonderfully. But when they don't, they work terribly. But now we have an idea of what's going on with the giant explosion that happened. For some reason, that very last bit just turned us to stone? Just kind of a whole picture first, small detail second. Yeah, really still can't explain the sparking lack of arms. Yep, my face too. Me. Going, God, this girl still wants to be around. And now we get walking scene 2 of 2. Again, a weird thing that we're just able to do. And you know, you think after making the entire surrounding land lava instead of mountains, I think a village like this wouldn't exist anymore. But oh well, we gotta go somewhere. Ooh, a Sparky Man! Instantly I will go greet myself. Yeah, common sense is not here. So we got 3 down. Who's next? Ah, it's Olga. Out of all the characters we kind of meet, Olga's the one who really doesn't communicate what she's all about. Like even Deus is all about lightning powers. you think he can hear you? Because I don't think he can. Because if there was a camera put on Asura, like, he would just punch it. Or headbutt it, I guess. I do really like the ball enemies, though. The ability for them to just shoot out their ranged projectiles to cover a radius around where you are, so you have to dodge outside of it. I like it, especially when they try to run away from you as much as possible because they don't have a lot of health. There we go. Head.
You are all right.
Okay, apparently he could hear that.
Death to all who defy the seven deities.
And somehow Asura got out okay. I think whiting out the entire screen would be a little bit more dramatic for him. But you know, the effect wasn't for him. It was for her.
What was that?
That was a long-awaited change in form. I love this design too. Form 4. I'm also a big fan of when games really just shift the tone by the music, starting off very subtle when it's supposed to be a heartbreaking or very tense scene. And now we get to blow up everything. With my big screw-off laser. With my 4 big giant hands. And so Olga retreats, so we haven't killed her yet. But now Asura is lost in wrath. What can be done about him? Can we even play as him really anymore? I'll have to find that out a little bit later. In part 3. So yeah, we kind of get to see it a third time. And these end cards are actually really good. Looking on the outsides of it. I find this to be a little bit less of Naraka and more of also Asura's mind palace being completely ripped apart. To all team members, regret it to death. I do have a high hope for the project's reanimation. Please remember that I am the most enthusiastic fan of you all.